Hi, Millie. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm really good. I'm happy to be talking to you. Thank you for joining us on Bright Minded.
Of course, I'm so excited. I just watched The Last Guest, and it was really, really amazing.
Selma is awesome, and
Yeah.
Zion Clark, who is one of the best athletes in the world. So incredible to have him on the show. Alicia, and now
Yeah.
you. So I'm so excited to have you on the show. So I wanted to start by telling you a funny story because growing up, everyone called me Millie. Like in
Really?
school, all of my dad's fans would be like, "Oh, your daughter Millie." Even my like random cousins, they would all call me Millie. They would always get it wrong. And so
Okay.
I am a big Liza Minnelli fan, hence the bowl cut. And so I
Right.
would use her Liza with the Z song to correct them when people would call me Millie. So everyone used to call Liza Minnelli Lisa. So she had this song, it's Liza with the Z, not Lisa with an S. So when people would get it wrong, I would sing, it's Miley with the my, not Millie with the me, cause Millie with the me goes me, not my. It's Miley with the my, not Millie with the me, cause Millie with the me goes it all night. And I would always sing the song. So everyone would always get my name wrong and they would always call me Millie.
Oh my goodness. Everybody calls me Miley. Like
No
everybody,
way.
and in southern, like in like South America, usually they say Miley Bobby Brown. Like they never get my name correct. So I feel like we're both getting it here.
Maybe
They're like,
we
"Hi,
needed
Miley." I'm like, "Hi, that's my new name."
maybe we needed to like reverse our spelling or something. I don't
I
know.
know. No
Um,
idea.
so when I was asking you to be on Bright Minded, I was super stoked that you immediately said yes because you're just such a light. You do incredible work, especially for your age. You just turned 16. Nothing is
Yes.
anything different. Life's pretty much the same.
I don't know. I feel like everybody still just kind of looks at me as like I'm still 10. So I feel like no different whatsoever. I mean, as a person, I can kind of tell my parents like, but I'm 16 now, and that kind of works. But in other situations, not really. No.
Yeah, I feel like the world likes to pretend I'm 10 years old too, but I'm like
Yeah.
pushing on 30, so it never goes away.
No.
Um, so for my Sweet 16, I had my Sweet 16 at Disneyland, and I actually performed at my own birthday party, which now feels really weird and narcissistic. But
Actually, kind of amazing.
somehow I got convinced to invite all my fans to my birthday party and perform. So basically, I got like tricked into doing a concert.
Oh my God.
But the best part was that they shut Disneyland down for me, and so I could actually ride rides after dark. And usually, I never would have been able to do something like that. So I got to have all my friends. I was like, cool forever, because we got to go on Space
Yeah.
Mountain like 100 freaking times. So turning 16 was like definitely a really, really big thing. And so I saw that you got a puppy. Was that a birthday present, or this was just like what? How? When did you get your puppy?
So basically, like when I was like 10 and I was in the industry, I was very confident and like really didn't care about like any what people would say about me. And then recently, maybe since I've turned like 15, like about 2 years ago, I just started having really bad panic attacks, like really bad anxiety, and I just struggled with it really bad. And so I still struggle with it. But it's getting better. I mean, I'm working on it, but it's something that I don't really like. I'm not as carefree as I was when I was like 10 and just started in Stranger Things. And now a lot of people have a lot more to say about me, and there's a lot of good, but there's a lot of bad, as you probably know. And so I was just talking, and I was like, maybe I should get a therapy dog, something to comfort me when I'm really stressed. And, when I'm traveling and things like that, it would just help me. So I convinced my parents because we have three English Mastiffs,
Whoa.
one Reggie, and one Dolly. And they just kind of run around the house. And the two of them live outside, one of them lives inside. And I can't pick them up and I can't play with them. So I was like, I want a dog that I can play with, and that was just going to comfort me. So I got Winnie the Pooh, who's right here.
I have to introduce you to my puppy's under the couch. Come here, baby. Oh, come here. He's used to this. Oh, come here. He's so sleepy. Oh, he's so sleepy.
Oh my gosh.
He's so sleepy all the time.
Oh, he's so cute. like literally sleeping.
Bo. This is Bo.
Oh,
His name is short for Rainbow. He just woke up from his
oh,
nap.
oh my goodness, so
He just sleeps
cute.
under my couch,
It
which
is.
if I ever have a real talk show, that will also be happening. I will just have
Yeah,
dogs under my
definitely.
couch. But they are the
Yeah,
best for anxiety, and especially with
yeah,
traveling because you do have such a small one that you can kind of take with you everywhere. And for my
yeah,
16th, that was kind of the same thing because like I was doing Hannah Montana at the time, and like I was
yeah.
traveling so much. And when I'd be on tour buses or anything, I just get so lonely. I wouldn't have my friends, wouldn't have my family. And actually, the dog that I got for my 16th birthday is still alive and healthy and happy. And she lives with my grandma, and my grandma lives at senior living. And so right now, we're unable to see her. So I'm so happy that she had the dog
Oh,
because that
and she has a
anxiety too.
dog.
It's
That's
so
so cute.
cute.
My grandma is at a care home as well, and it's so hard. I'm really close to my grandma, and like it's just like she's just like the woman that like makes me laugh, and I call her every day because I live, in America. But when I go back home, I like love seeing her. But I think it sucks just knowing that you can't see them, but it's also like we have to because we have to keep them safe most of all. So I'm glad, but it's also hard.
I know it's super, super hard. So I'm really
Yeah.
happy that my grandma has a puppy to help.
Yes.
So we kind of touched on this, but we've done a lot of work. You've done a lot of work concerning cyberbullying and how important it is to protect people online. And on Right Minded, we talk a lot about reliable sources. And you know that the internet is not always a reliable source. And
No.
so in your life, who do you think some of your most reliable sources are? Like you just said, your grandmas, your family, your
Mhm.
friends. How can we keep each other safe in real life and on the internet, mentally?
I mean, I think because my whole life is very public, like as you know, it's just like once you do one thing, it's kind of like it's all eyes are on you. And so it can be really terrifying because you feel like you can't make a mistake. So keeping people around you that validate you and make you feel like that's like that you're normal and that everything's okay, and they just validate your feelings. I think that the things like that make me feel grounded again and humble me more.
Mhm.
I feel centered. I think it's just like, okay, this is okay to feel. Everybody's alienating me, and actually, my parents, my mom and dad, you have great parents. Like, it's just like having that support system of saying, it's fine. They'll tell you where you go wrong, and they'll tell you when you're fine and you can, chill out. I think that things like that, obviously you have a lot of siblings. I have two sisters and a brother. And I have a younger sister, so I can be that big sister, and then I can also be the younger sister. And I think to me, like just keeping my family so close, growing up, I was just have to say, like, the only way I got my American accent was by watching Hannah Montana. I don't know if you've ever I don't know if you've ever
I'm
had,
surprised you
but
don't have a country accent.
no, no, I watched Hannah Montana. Like, I was like, obviously, like, I was obsessed with it. But, and I was actually just going through my camera roll and I saw a video of me in like a cowboy hat, and I was learning, what do you call hoedown?
Oh my God, the hoedown throwdown.
Full on knew every single dance move with the like so I was like obsessed with like, and now like thinking back on how obsessed I was with just know I wanted your job. Like, I didn't know how to get your job, but I was like, I want to be like, Hannah Montana. I don't know how to do it. And then I realized it was an actual job, and I was like, oh, I want to do that. That sounds fun. I didn't even know you could get money for it. I was like, I'll do it for free. So it was actually great. I was like, so yeah, I just sidetracking completely, but like family, friends. I mean, I don't have a lot of friends. I have a close knit of like three girls. Obviously, my Stranger Things cast, and those are the people I really stick by because they've been there since day one.
I love that story so much. That is hilarious. That I still barely ever do anything for like actually work. I just do everything because I love it. Like I make
Yeah,
this show, and if
exactly.
I can't be entertaining, out in the world, like I'll just create a show and entertain from this like weird little room that I didn't really use and turn it into a
Exactly.
talk show set. So I just love that so much, and I love
Yeah.
that that was inspiring, and I think it's smart to keep quality people in your life over quantity because I
Yeah.
remember, especially even when I was your age, people would be like, you have access to anyone you want. Like, why don't you hang out with all these famous people? And I was like, I don't really relate with famous people. I want to be normal. I am normal.
Yeah.
I don't really
Yeah.
want, it doesn't matter to me. I guess because you did it from so young, you don't get blinded by that starlight, and it's really
No,
easy to
I
get
wasn't
blinded
born
by
into
it.
it.
The
Yeah.
more normal and the more real someone would keep it with me, like if my friend would be like, listen, like you didn't say thank you when the waiter brought your water. That was kind of rude. You need to like say something. You know, I would want my friends to keep it real and keep me
Yeah.
humble. And like the more that they
100%.
put me in my place, the more I love them and respect them.
Exactly, yeah. I keep people around like that, you know, like I got really close with a family. A few years ago I got really close with a girl who had cancer and she related to Stranger Things because she had, you know, no hair and I had a shaved head and she loved it. And so sadly she passed away and she had two sisters. And like I've kept them with me throughout this whole journey because they'll tell me where I've gone wrong. They'll tell me like who I should stay away from, which boy isn't good, or like they'll tell because that's what I need because I can't be around people that'll, you know, just tell me what I want to hear because
Yeah.
that's wrong. And that's what my family have taught me, and my family just put me in my place, you know, make my bed, do my laundry, clean up after myself. I mean, it sounds ridiculous, but some people in the industry, they feel like that's kind of like they're invincible, and they're not. We're all humans, and that's why the situation that we're in right now with quarantining, it can really help humble us and center us, remember what's important.
I love dogs is they have no
Yeah,
idea who we are at all. Like
no
the
idea.
first thing my dog did this morning was I have one rug that's white, and that was the place that he decided he would replace grass with this morning. And I'm
Oh
like,
my God.
honestly, I love it. I'm like, in here trying to get my show set up. I'm like setting up my tripod. I'm doing my thing, and then my dog is like in here totally just running the house doing whatever he wants, and I love it because he has no idea who I am. And
No.
it's really cool to hear you say that because you'll take that into who you will become. Like, I actually love doing laundry and I love cleaning my house and I love doing my dishes and I love
Yeah.
doing those things because it
Yeah.
reminds me that I'm not special. We're
No.
all special, but we're
Yeah.
all special. So
Exactly.
we're not any different than anyone else. And like that
Yeah.
normalcy, I actually love it. Like people come over all the time and they're like, you know how to vacuum? I'm like, yeah. And I also know how to like blink and, you know, do all the other things.
Yeah.
My hair grows,
Breathe
you know,
and drink
I know how to
water.
breathe. So all those things, it's like, yes, I know how to turn the lights on. And, you know,
Yeah.
I was actually saying the other day that I think people don't really understand that about me. That I think they think like if I wouldn't finish like some food on my plate or something, I'd just chuck it over my shoulder and like someone would clean it up. I'm like, I save every little
Everything.
morsel.
I
Like,
know.
yeah,
I'm like, when I do finish like a can of like a drink, I'll put my name on it and put it back in the fridge. I'm like, this is what we need to keep. Like, I'm like, I don't know. I just feel like people look at like some people specifically, like and press, look at us as if we're something special when actually we all have individual talents and you know we just have to all embrace the fact that we're all humans and we're all very uniquely special. And I feel like that's what people need to start realizing. And social media is a place where we can, some people perceive like these people to be something they're not. And it's what you're putting out there, you know? Like that's why on my Instagram, and I love your Instagram, it's like when you look at it, you see a real person. You see someone going through stuff. You see people like, you know, you see no makeup and you see just like the realness of a person instead of just seeing filters, and which I love, by the way, love
yeah.
filters. I'm not hiding behind that. I'm just saying seeing a real person go through it all is really important. And like I want my fans and people watching me to see a real person growing up and a real like girl going through it. And that's why on my 16th birthday, I like personally edited a video of all the things that have gotten me down, like through this industry and really hurt me, and then the things that lighten me and inspire me and make me a better person. And that was probably the biggest thing about turning 16. And it was a very big scary thing to like press post, you know. Have you ever done that? You're like, I'm actually going to do this. And so like when you do that, it's like it releases, like I want people to know that I do get hurt. It's not a normal thing to not get hurt, you know. Like when those articles come out, I can't just brush it off. It does hurt sometimes, but it's how you get back up and you know your reaction to it.
I actually wrote something that's kind of a perfect segue into something that I wanted to ask you because tomorrow's episode is about self-care, and I know that you like love beauty. I always see you with your beauty
Yes.
line. You actually sent me some Florence by Mills, and you were just so sweet to send me that. I love it so much. And I love what you did for your 16th, where you did the 16 Wishes campaign. So you
Yes.
named your products after values that you believe in. So,
Yes.
you know, like strength and all these things that you could
Right.
share that makes it more than just makeup. My dog's crying too. So have
Here,
you
I got it. This is the yeah, this is the palette, and we have like friendship, celebration, appreciation. Yeah, when I was making it, I wanted all the things that I love and I value in a person, in life, and so yeah, I knew I wanted to do that for my 16th. I wanted to keep it light and happy, but I also wanted to have a deeper meaning to it.
Can you show us some of the colors in that
Yeah.
in your little packaging, because it's so cute and I just love the packaging so much.
So to kind of show, it's got a really cool like
I love that so much.
yeah,
You can just like take
yeah,
it with you.
exactly. So this is the neutral palette. I don't know if you can see, but it's like
Super
it's got some
pretty.
neutral colors. I use like bravery and success. And then this is the blue and green,
Love that.
which I love. And then my favorite personally is the pink and the purples.
Love.
I literally use freedom and love for New Year's, and I remember my parents were like, "You've gone for pink." I was like, "Yes, yes, I have. It's happening."
So
On my
how
face.
cool is that? Like every day when someone asks you what you're wearing, you can say bravery or love and freedom.
Yeah,
Like, and that's
yeah,
something about that has to like soak into you and just have you illuminate that. That's such
yeah.
a cool idea.
Yeah, and when you want to share it with friends, you know, like I always think like if I wanted to just give this to someone, I can like, you know, I'm going to give you bravery because I want you to be brave and I want you to, you know, succeed, or I want you to appreciate, or I want you to be hopeful, and you can actually give them that and share your palette with them, which I always found, you know, just like really like unifying, and it
It
was yeah.
makes it more than makeup, and it doesn't feel like you're covering something up, but you're enhancing a part of
No,
yourself. That's
I
really
don't.
cool.
When making the brand, I was like, I don't want to be too selly. I don't want to like show something that I'm not. This is genuinely what I believe in. You can buy it if you want to, and if you don't want to, that's okay. But this is the meaning behind it, and I'm doing it for girls that don't know how to do makeup because I don't know either. You know, like
I just
I'm
like
learning.
hope for the best.
Yeah,
You know, I just
exactly.
kind of start going and hope for the best. Well,
Yeah,
you know, I wanted to tell you that it has been so much fun to just watch you grow up, because people did that with me. And, you know, I
yeah,
started doing my show when you were like 1 or 2. And the
yeah,
world really watched me grow up on their TV. And just like
yeah,
they have with you. And it's been so fun to watch this metamorphosis and to see you just like shine your light. But if I would, you know, I guess from my experience before we close, and you were saying that people still think of you like you're 10 years old, that may never change. And it's kind of interesting because I felt that way. I felt that way my whole career. I think that's why when anything I do is so shocking, or, you know, people
yeah,
like care so much to write about it, is because they know you more than they know anyone else, because they really watched
yeah.
you grow up. So don't be discouraged, and don't ever hold yourself back, you know, which you're not, but don't ever hold yourself back because of the fear of what people will say or what people will think. They'll adjust to you, and you've got to just be able to spread your wings and like grow and be who you are. So
Yeah.
I'm just really proud of you. It's really fun to watch you grow up. It's
Thank
scary to
you.
do what you're doing. So bravery
Yeah.
is definitely a word I would use to describe you.
Yes, thank you so much. You're so sweet, and I've just loved doing this. I had today is what it's national.
National Doctors and Healthcare Workers Day.
This is insane. I like just to put it out here right now. Thank you to everyone who's being, first of all, so brave and amazing, and you know, to have people like this in the world, we're so lucky. And this is kind of what life is. This is what we live for, and I feel like we're very lucky to have people in this world that are so brave and talented to cure these people and help these people. So thank you so much for having me, and yeah, it's been amazing. I've loved it.
Thank you, Millie. I hope to
Thank you.
see you again
Bye.
in person. Thank you so much.
Yes. Bye.
Bye,
Bye.
girl.